What's going on, Big Steppers? I'm out here on Bayshore. It's super windy outside. So I don't know if y'all be able to hear me, but anyway, you should be able to. So I got this little wind protector on. The water is crazy right now. Um, we're gonna talk about three things just to give y'all a rundown. For one, I lost 18 pounds in 2 months and 2 weeks, bro. I'm down. I was at like 244 about 2 months ago. I'm now down to like 226. And yeah, just feeling good. I'm feeling lighter. I'm about to tone up a little bit, and my goal is to get down to like. Oh, let me tell you the rest. We also gonna talk about the UFL. They could pay their players more money. Doesn't mean that they have to, but they could, and it doesn't mean that they should, but they could. Next, we'll talk about. I'm thankful for Cincinnati real estate and the power of doing great business. All right, so go back to the me and my health, man. Like I said, 2 months and 2 weeks, I'm down 18 pounds. Man, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. My goal is to tone up a little bit more, definitely. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just get the definition back. But right now, the biggest thing I've been doing is just intermediate fasting. I don't eat until after 2 p.m. Every day. Look at this. The water is going crazy today. But yeah, like I said, I don't eat until after 2 p.m. every day. This has been helping me. For one, it's like a mind state, like a mental thing, just not eating. I still get my workout in. And it's only because I'm literally trying to lose weight. So like, if you're trying to bulk up, then of course eat after the workout. But me, trying to lose weight, with doing that, I'm able to making sure that basically I'm still got my energy for my workout. That's why I work out as soon as I wake up in the morning. As soon as I wake up in the morning, I go for a workout. My workout consists of like my run and the workout together. So it's very easy. But yeah, so me being able to do that, man, has really helped. And then, oh yeah, eating after 2 p.m. Eating after 2 p.m., that really helped, just being able to be in a position where you're basically, you're in a position where you tricking your body to still be able to function. So you're relying on your mental, but at the same time, 2 p.m. is perfect because it's not all day. It's just like that morning time. So you still get your work in and everything. You still go throughout your day. You still do everything that you need to do. It's just about, taking that time to let your body, and then I eat at 2 p.m. and then I eat again before 8 p.m. So, but I've been really making it like before 7 p.m. So I'm trying to get all my food in right then and there. That way, like my mind state and my energy is still great in the morning, even with this intermediate fasting I'm doing. Don't get it twisted though. By 2 p.m. I'll be hungry as heck. But then when I eat after 2 p.m., I'll be still feeling energized. So like I used to eat a big breakfast. I still love breakfast. And then sometimes like as I get back and start just bulking up a little bit and trying to cut myself up, I'm gonna be in a position where I'm gonna go back to my healthy breakfast, get away from all the syrup and carbs and everything else I was doing. I'm gonna go back to my healthy breakfast with just eggs and kale and some kind of meat. I prefer turkey, like turkey sausage. But yeah, so it's teachers on that. But basically, that is able to help you a lot. So that's what like my main focus is being able to just take that time to really focus on like using my energy and just being able to practice the discipline. All right. My weight goal to get down to is at I feel great if I'm 215. I said 220. So maybe when I get at 220, like a solid 220, then I'll start eating again. But like 215, I'll feel comfortable to like adjust my eating habits and start trying to like bulk up a little bit. All right. So there is that, man. Basically, next, the UFL players. So they could pay their players more money. They could. Doesn't mean that they have to. Doesn't mean that they should, but they could. And here's how. So for one, I'm bringing this up because I was in a position like a couple of weeks ago, or a couple of days ago, where basically I decided to. It'd be weird. Like it ain't weird. I'm used to like recording in public now, but it's just hella people keep walking by. But anyway, that's why I try to like do recording like the low key spots. But anyway, so it's different. Like they don't have to pay, but they could. So them being able to pay would consist, and I looked at some of the stuff they do, and I don't want to get too much in detail on this because this isn't my job, for real. But the UFL already did certain content, right? Like they already did certain content that's kind of like the transition from the XFL to the NFL, and then they had like this other thing last year. It was like I saw a couple episodes with AJ McCarron on it. It's not so much like Last Chance U, but it still gave that documentary feel. ESPN did the production. It looked really good. Like, I'm just saying, like the production itself looked really good. The story and all that was captivating. I'm just gonna say that I feel like that's their angle that they should just tap more into. Take a little bit of page out of the Last Chance U book. And I won't say too much into it. I'll leave it there, because like I said before. But at the same time, just take it a step further. That the thing that's happening, you know, with you can't, in business, right? You can't get something for nothing. And that's the problem that the players are facing, right? They're trying to get something for nothing. They're trying to get more money, but not doing anything more. That's not how business works, right? So if you're like coming from like the NFLPA or the UFLPA, the Players Association, you have to figure out what more are you willing to give in order to get more from the company. And the best thing that you can give, because this is what the UFL is based off of, right? It's based off of brand notoriety. It's like all of these things is the opportunity that they are providing to be able to, you know, boost your brand up, boost your name up, all that beyond the game. But the best thing that the players have to offer is a more in-depth look at their life. Like I said, I don't need to say too much. I think a lot of people probably already understand what that means. But when you think about that, that's the biggest key. Because if you take a chance out of the Last Chance U book and the players open up a little bit more of their life, then from there, we let the people decide, right? Who do the people like better? From there, there's already business deals and things set up to where if one of the players do take off, or when one of the players do take off, the UFL and the league is tied to them forever. I'll just say that, and I'll leave it there. So that's my biggest advice, you know? And I just, like I said, I just want to put that out in the universe because I understand I was coming from a non-compassionate place. I made a post, maybe I'll put it up there. I made a post and I was like, damn, I actually feel like, bro, I gotta stop because like, I was not compassionate at all. Like I was like, yo, you niggas like, y'all chose this route, you know what I'm saying? Do whatever you need to do with it. But that's not how life works. Like, I mean, actually, life tends to more so work like that. But I'm trying to like be more compassionate, right? I'm trying to be more of what I didn't have, right? Like I want to be like a source of something I didn't have, or like be like a voice of somebody I didn't have. Like, so me just trying to like break the mold a little bit, right? Everything doesn't have to be so no nonsense because, you know, we all deserve grace. Everybody deserves grace. God gives me grace on a day-to-day basis, right? There's things that I do, there's things that I've done that if it wasn't for God, it wouldn't have worked out. Or if it wasn't for God, it would have worked out a bad way, right? So I want to just give grace. And the aspect of giving grace is what I just said, right? That's why I wanted to throw that idea out there because I understand if you're an NFL player or UFL player, like if you're somebody that feel like that's all you got, like you're not thinking about business, right? Like when and that's why I relate to it so much is because like I said, when I was like 19 or 18, whatever, in college, if I decided to strictly play sports, I feel like I would have been a UFL player. I just feel like that like would have been something that just could have happened for me. Only reason I feel like that is because if I really thought that football was my only way to become successful, if I really truly thought that, then like I would do everything that I possibly could to make that dream come true. And I also would want to get the most out of it. So I get that. But so to some UFL players, they're probably like, if we're asking for more money, then we are focused more on our business. But that's just not the reality. That's not the reality at all. And that's why I'm trying to make it in a more compassionate way. And the reason why it's not the reality is because you cannot get something for nothing in business. It doesn't work like that. You already agreed to play for a certain amount of money. Why would they give you more for no reason? You've already agreed to play for without insurance. Why would they like willingly do that for no reason? I just think you got to figure out what are you willing to give up. And the biggest thing that you have, the biggest asset is your life story. But I don't think that the league should be predatory, because we all see what's happening right now with the Last Chance U lawsuit. When it comes to that lawsuit, it's because they felt like Netflix was predatory. They didn't know what they were getting into. They didn't receive any compensation. They didn't get anything from sharing their whole entire life. And then on top of that, they skewed some of the messaging that made it seem like these people weren't who they really were. Like, they made it seem like the person was this way, but in reality, you know, there was 24 hours in a day. They only show maybe 2 hours of it a day, and it makes the public think that the person like this, but in reality, that's not who the person is. So I don't think that they should do it like that, because they only did that for clicks, right? Of course, drama and controversy sells. So don't be on no Netflix stuff with it. Don't be on like just trying to show a guy in his worst situation. Like, yeah, show that, but then also show the other side of him too. But then also, you know, show him some love on the front end. And then for the league, you can make your money back on the back end, but they gonna need love on the front end. And then you let the people decide who do the people like best, because now it's about the personality, and that's what the league is based off of. It's based off, well, that's the growth of it, right? Why do you think Destroying was in the UFL or is in the UFL? It's not strictly based on, I mean, bro's talented, don't get it twisted. And we're gonna talk about this more this week. He's very talented, but it's not strictly based on his talent, the reason why he's in the UFL and the reason why they push him as much as they do. If the UFL could have it their way, they want 25 more Destroyings, right? They want 30 more of those kind of guys. So the thing is, the problem is, people are not natural content creators, right? Like, think about it. You have a real drive for content creation. Like, even think about Destroying. Destroying, he chose content creation over football, and then he doubled back for football. So that means that his real passion was in content creation. Now, don't get it twisted. Obviously, bro is still chasing his dream and, you know, his journey, but he's able to chase it now from an elevated point of view of like, okay, I did one thing, let me go do that again because I can do it, just to show I can do it. So he's chasing it from an elevated point of view versus a lot of those guys in the UFL, they ain't got the, like, their life isn't set up how his life is set up. So their focus is not going to be content creation. That's like the last thing on these guys' mind. They're thinking about making a team and making some bread. Like, that's just the basic things the UFL players are thinking about. Making a team, making some bread. Now, some people, don't get it twisted, I'm sure that they're putting content strategies together. I'm just willing to bet that because, you know, I don't know everything. So I'm sure some people are, you know, realizing a bigger picture. I'm willing to bet that. But for the majority of them, it takes a lot for somebody to see the long vision of content creation, because it's a long vision. Now, some people can just take off like that. But here's the thing. That's where the league comes in. They already have the platform. So they can choose who they want to take off like that. Show them love on the front end, get paid on the back end, bro. That's it. I'm not saying no more. All right, so last but not least at all. So, bruh, I am really thankful for Cincinnati real estate, and I'm really thankful for the power of my great business. Tell you why. As you guys know, I'm transitioning down here in Florida. The business is transitioning down here to doing, you know, more so in Florida. This being said, this year, as we're 3 months in, all of my closed deals have come from Cincinnati as I've been transitioning. And the reason they've come is because of great business that I've done in the past, where I have people now calling me back and like, bro, I got another property. Thankfully, I've had a few of those that's put me in a position to still be able to, you know, be down here in Florida, but it also has me like, because I prayed to God. I was like, yo, God, let your will be done and not mine. Let your will be done and not mine. I prayed to God and I asked that. And the more I've been praying that, I've been getting so much more deals in Cincinnati. It's crazy. So I don't know what it means. I understand that everything takes time as far as transitioning. Like, you know, and I'm willing to take that time. But when it comes to that transition in time, you also are, it's a bet, right? Like, it's like if you're in business and you're making a bet, you want to see that bet pay off. But if you have a sure thing, then it's like, it's kind of challenging to go against the sure thing, especially if you don't really know if the bet will pay off. So, and especially when you betting, and it's like, it's literal betting. Like, either you put money down and you get it back or you don't. So that right there has been interesting for me, but I definitely just wanted to say big shout out to my city, to Cincinnati, Ohio, and just understand that anybody watching this, the power of doing good business and making great relationships in that process, being genuine. That's the thing. Everybody that's called me back, I've been genuine with. Like, they know I be wholesaling. They know I wholesale real estate. Every person that's called me back know I wholesale the property. They ask me, like, bro, what happened to that one property? I think they did something to it, man. I really don't know. You know, I be on the whistle call it. I think they still got it. I think we still got it though. Like, I word it in a way where I don't necessarily say I'm not involved in it anymore, but I do say stuff like they. And then like the people that I've been talking to, they come back like, well, you know, do your people, you think they'll take it with the tenants in place, or you think they, so like, I can say I've never like overtly said I wholesale the property. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I didn't do that. But they do understand that I think they understand my role. You know what I'm saying? It's just one of those things like ask, don't tell type shit. Like, it's like they get it, but they don't really like get. They just know that they signed a contract with me, the property gets closed and they get paid. And I think I'm really thankful. And I also they like my personality. And that's the big thing. Like, people love my personality. Like, like no cap, bro. My personality has made me so much money just because people like doing business with people that they like. And I make it, I keep it in the realms of business, but I make the business fun. It's like 2 ways a phone call can happen. It can be like, yo, how's the property? It's this, that, and the third, all right, bye. Or it can be like, yeah, so how's the property? Oh, so you did that. Okay, now I see you, man. That's crazy. Yeah, nah, that's what. It's just a different kind of vibe that I'm blessed to have. And that as I continue to grow and as this year has been showing me, it's like, yo, these people can call anybody else, but they chose to call me back. And also I'm praying to God to let his will be done and not mine. And that's just in all areas of life. I want God's will to be done and not mine, because we have an idea of what we want our life to be, but at the same time, God knows what our life is before we even thought about what it should be. So it's like, yo, I want God's will to be done and not mine. So, yeah, I think that's been, as we're 3 months in, man, it's really just intriguing and really like just humbling to say the least. Because, man, I thought I would have closed my first deal in Florida by now. Now, I don't get it twisted. We got some stuff in the work, but I don't want to even talk about it because it's some delicate things going on. But I don't want to talk about it. But that being said, what I can talk about is what has happened in Cincinnati. But it hasn't been something that I've been like necessarily promoting or anything like that. And that's the thing, right? When we have this idea of what life, it's kind of like, you know what? Now I think I'm having a full circle moment. It's kind of like when I just talked about the being able to, when I was in college and I, had the D2 offers and D3 offers that I didn't even want to talk about because I was so focused on the D1 one. It's kind of like that right now as I'm actually thinking about this with real estate. It's like, I've been blessed this year to be able to close deals in Cincinnati, Ohio. Haven't really talked about it because what I've been overtly talking about is closing deals in Florida. Like, that's what I've been discussing. So it's like, if I don't do that, then if I don't do that, then it's like, what else is everything else? But at the same time, glory all be to God, glory all to God, how things have been lining up and how things have been working out and working in my favor. Not how I imagined, but the results are still the results that I want, right? It's like, I think that's how God works. It's so weird, right? I can say that, like, I ain't gonna get too deep on y'all, man. But God has been in my life, like, he works crazy in my life. The way God works in my life, it's like, I'll be having stuff like, I want this, I want that, I want that. And it's like, I get just about those things, those same things, but just not in the way that I imagined it to happen. And that's when you like, that's what makes me believe in God, right? Because it's like God put these desires inside of me, but then the human mindset says I should get it this way. But God says, look, you're gonna have it this way. So that's why the desires were from God, because you still get them, but just not how you imagine to get it. Man, that's so deep, I'm done. It's like you still accomplish what you set out to accomplish, but just not how you imagine it to. So it was God that put the desire in you in the first place, because you still accomplish it, but it's just not how you imagine it to happen. It's such a weird thing that I've noticed throughout my life. That's how God works. Like me, right? I'm still closing deals. It's just not how I imagine it to happen. That's just like on the surface, but there's a lot of different ways that God's been working in my life. Maybe I'll start talking to y'all more about God in my life. I think I talked to him a little bit. Yeah, I talked to y'all about him a little bit, but like, man, God is, I've had things happen in my life, but that's only God. It's like, couldn't have been nobody else, couldn't have been nothing else, couldn't have been anything else but God that made it happen the way it happened, you know? So I just want to take a second and say thank God. And I want to take a second and tell y'all to release the ideas that you have for God and of God, and just trust in God itself, you know, itself, the being, the energy, and also the person, the person Jesus who died on the cross for your sins, you know. I truly believe that. So it's remarkable. Like when you really think about that, Jesus died and God brought him back to life. That tells you everything you need to know about life. Just the fact that he died and God brought him back. All right, I'm done. I'm done getting religious on y'all, man. All right, yeah, like I said, I lost 2 pounds. In 2 months, in 2 weeks, I've lost 18 pounds. That's another thing. I knew I was gonna lose weight, but I did not plan on stopping smoking as much as I stopped. I've really stopped. Like, oh, I didn't even tell you about that. I didn't go too much into it, but yeah, your boy slowed down on the weeds, on the reefers. And that's really like speeded my process up, of course, right? Like some people get high, you know what I'm saying? Niggas get the munchies. I'm not saying don't smoke weed. Not saying that at all. I'm just saying that like find balance. Too much of anything, too much of a good thing can be bad, right? So definitely find that balance. But that being said, bro, yeah, I didn't realize that I was gonna stop and that was gonna lead into me being just, you know, I've done a lot of things since I've stopped smoking weed. But the biggest thing as far as like I will contribute to my health is the stopping of that. And my intermediate fasting. Intermediate fasting is really as big, but I would say those kind of go hand in hand because it's easier for me to intermediate fast when I'm not high. If I'm lit, bro, I'm trying to eat. I'm hungry. So it's a little bit easier. It makes you think, you know, what other areas in your life that you're just one step away from, you know? It's like we got so many things that we want in our life, but we don't realize how close we are, and that if we just do one more thing combined with the thing that we're already doing, we get so much closer to where we imagine ourselves being. I'm gonna have to stop. I'm gonna have to stop. I'm gonna have to stop. It's like, nah, man, God is amazing though. All right, big steppers, I appreciate y'all, man. I'm about to go ahead and knock out these little 2 shorts for the week. Knock out these 2 shorts for the week and enjoy the scenery for a little bit. And I gotta get my little baby dog. Oh man, Majestic, he finally got his stuff off this week. All right, this is the last thing, and this is a little longer than I imagined, but he finally got his cone off. Majestic got his cone off. I was so excited, man. So I've been taking him out. We've been running. Bruh, he is so fast. And he pushes me while we running, and he's so smart too. Like, he doesn't, now if another dog come around or a baby, for some reason he goes crazy when he sees babies or dogs. If another dog comes around, he started acting crazy. Or if a baby's right there, he started like bark at the baby. I'm like, bro, you gotta stop barking at fucking kids. Like, that's another story. But one of my neighbors complained because they don't, but like, yo, you left the toddler running around. Ain't my fault. But either way, for some reason, other dogs and toddlers or babies get him wild up. So I can be running, like right now, if he with me, he running, he gonna be fine. Just walking, cool. You see all these people, grown people walking by, you know what I'm saying? He runs up to girls too, but like, they don't make him crazy. Like he'll stay focused. If I'm just chilling, he go choosing. I'm like, bro, you wild. This nigga be out here choosing. But that being said, for some reason, his focus literally is gone when he comes across another baby or a dog. It's like, it's crazy. But I can say he's doing really amazing with how I raised him to not like people, right? Like, not like, I raised him to only like me. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I raised him to only like me. People be like, can I pet your dog? I tell him no. Like, I don't care if it's a girl. I don't care who it is. I'm like, no. But he be going up to him. I be trying to like pull him. I'm like, nah, chill. So for the most part, he don't even go up to, like, he's getting better at that. But yeah, I raised him to be like, basically antisocial and protective of me. I don't want him involved with no other people. Can I pet your dog? No, he bites. That's what I tell people. No, he bites. Because I used to feel bad when I just say no. They're like, oh my gosh, a schnauzer. He's so pretty. I haven't seen one. Or somebody like, oh, I had a schnauzer. And oh, my granddad had a schnauzer. Or, like little stuff like that. But oh, that's what's up. Can I pet? No, he bites. Like, no. But I used to be like, nah. I'd be like, oh. They just walk away. But now I feel better when I'm like, nah, he bites. So it gives them a reason like, nah, you can't because he bites. I don't want you to get bit. That type vibe, you know? All right, Big Steppers, man, I'm out of here. We just covered a lot of distance. We are now down here. I'm about to go ahead and finish this little filming up. I appreciate y'all tuning in, man. Majestic is back. You know what I'm saying? Your boy back 2 months, 18 pounds. I'm gonna go ahead and drop down to 220. Really 215. When I get at 215, I'll be able to eat and start bulking up and then really get the 220 build that I want. I'd be fine once I'm able to start eating. And if I get down to 210, I'll be okay. I don't want to drop under 200. I've done that before. So really for me, the optimal weight range as far as like being in most shape is going to be 205 to 215. At 220, I'm going to be like more swole, but I got more, you know what I'm saying, like muscles on me and stuff like that. So yeah, I got my mind is like working with my body and like this vision is getting crafted and it's happening. So I'm really excited about that. That's it, man. I really don't have anything else for y'all. God bless all the UFL players at the end. Like I said, I said my piece about it. I'll still be releasing content regarding the UFL and the XFL. Like I said, the way that this whole UFL XFL thing even came about is because it was a timing thing for one. I heard about it and then I looked it up. I'm like, yo, this starts on the 28th. Then I started hearing them. I'm like, yo, this is a perfect time to just, you know, people are going to be looking into it because of the timing, right? So, but I am genuinely intrigued about it, so I'll still be releasing content. We also want to get more into our content for just athlete to entrepreneur content in general. The storytelling vibes are the vibes that we're going for, so stay tuned in for that. We're covering stories beyond the XFL and UFL as well, but we will still be tapped in with the UFL and XFL. There's a few more like staple videos that I got to get out just so y'all can really understand the full, complete idea of the league, the way I'm understanding it. You know, I really just want to convey that the way I'm understanding it to y'all. So it's a few, just like I said, staple videos that still need to come out. So I'm gonna still, you know, still be tapped in for the next few weeks. But after that, we're gonna really start getting into, you know, just expanding it. Athlete to entrepreneur is such a broad term, so many stories that encompasses that term. So we're gonna tap into that a lot. And regarding the strike and like if they strike or, you know, the players want more money and all that, I really just had to come back with a solution because I felt like in that thing that I put up, that post, I felt like I was way too not compassionate. I was way too uncompassionate, you know? Me being that uncompassionate made me feel like, yo, I need to actually say something that provides some, you know, hint towards a solution. And I feel like, you know, the UFL Players Association and the NFL Players Association and the ownership and all that, I feel like they'll all come to an agreement because at the end of the day, I know I said that the players don't have the opportunity, or the players are just like part of the opportunity or whatever, like they're not the business itself, which they're not the full business itself, yeah. But at the same time, of course, nobody's watching if the players aren't playing, right? But, and also if you really want to make the UFL like a destination league versus like a stepping stone league, then like, yeah, something will have to be figured out within that pay or just the opportunities that the league provide itself beyond just saying that we have the platform for you. Because as we discussed, a lot of these players, they're not focused on being content creators. That's the last thing they're thinking about. The league has to, I'm done talking about it. Until next time, man, as always, y'all know what to do. Get the stepping, get the stepping, get the stepping.